The new single from the brand new Greatest Hits album by Fleetwood Mac, As Long As You Follow, on Rockline. I'm Bob Coburn. We're with the entire band tonight, Fleetwood Mac. And our first call is from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The distinction goes to John, a listener of 97 GTR in Miami. John, good evening and welcome.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Fleetwood Mac.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd just like to say before I ask my question that y'all have a new generation of bands out here. Besides the rumors there, I'm 17 and we're really looking forward to the new direction you're going into, and we're behind you all the way on the new album.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and my question is, it seems like the biggest sound change of Fleetwood Mac, of course, has been quite a lot, came in 1975 with the addition of Lindsey and Stevie to the band. And I was wondering, the two new songs, No Questions Asked and As Long As You Fall, on the new Greatest Hits album, seem to be like quite a different sound as compared to Tango in the Night. Mick or John or those who've been with the band a while, do you see this change to the degrees, extensiveness of the 1975 change as far as sound?
What was the last thing you said?
Is the change as profound now as it was in 1975? It was a big change then. Do you consider it a big change now, is what he's asking?
Absolutely. There's bound to be, with anything new within Fleetwood Mac, musically and so forth, is going to be projected. The two tracks that are on the album that's out now, the Greatest Hits package, are just a beginning of what's to come. Because obviously Rick and Billy are going to be singing and writing within the band, which is something we're looking forward to doing.
Thanks for the call, John, and thanks for starting us off tonight. We have to take a break. Back to Rockline. It's an evening with Fleetwood Mac this evening. We have a new affiliate we'd like to welcome, WDDC in Portage, Wisconsin. Nice to have you aboard. We're headed to New Jersey now, to Runnymede, New Jersey. It's Dom, listening to 94 WYSP in Philadelphia. Dom, good evening. Welcome to Rockline.
Oh, thanks. This is incredible. I never expected to get to talk to Fleetwood Mac. I mean, I saw him in October, and he did a great job in Philadelphia. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You did a wonderful show, and I look forward to the new generation of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be the term of the night here. Yeah. What's going on otherwise, Dom?
I wanted to ask, I had a question for you in regards to the new Greatest Hits album. Lindsey Buckingham's gone. His legacy still seems to live on. You picked tracks that he seemed to, a lot of the tracks that you picked were produced by him, and I was wondering, did he have any influence on what was to go on the Greatest Hits album?
Not to our particular knowledge. I think that mainly it was a list of songs recommended by the record company, which we, as the band and the record company together, decided which songs were going to be on the record. I don't think actually. I didn't speak to Lindsey personally. Did you? Anybody else?
No. There's so much to choose from at this point. The next question, it would seem to me, would be, how do you choose what you play live? Do you go through a similar process? I wouldn't imagine the record company would submit a list on that occasion, but...
No, live? No.
Live.
You do go through a similar process, but the record company doesn't submit a list.
It's generated within the band.
It's within what we want to do.
Yeah, and it's from that point of view, it's what song, back to back with another one sounds good, and who's singing it, and what tempo it is. And there's a whole bunch of components attached to that. It's similar to putting an album together, but obviously, that really has nothing to do with the record company.
Dom, thanks for the call. We're going to move on now to Raleigh, North Carolina, and speak with Doug. He is a listener of WRDU 106. Hi there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
First, I'd like to say hello to Fleetwood Mac, and especially John and Mick.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Hi.
I have two questions tonight. The first question I have is, I've just actually a new Fleetwood Mac listener and fan, and I've really been getting into your older stuff from like 1967 to 1973, and I was wondering, what are your feelings to your music then as to your feelings of your music now? And do you ever plan on getting back with any of your old members to do any jams or even possibly an album?
John?
Well, take the last part first. Getting back with the old members, which would be Danny, Peter, and Jeremy, would be almost impossible. It just... For the first part,
it's highly
physically,
unlikely, yeah.
and it's, emotionally.
Bless their hearts.
Wherever they are.
I worked with Peter on an album I did in Africa. Peter redid a couple of songs. That was the last time I actually played with Peter. But and indeed, Peter played right on the end of one of the tracks on the Tusk album.
Oh, really?
I forget which track it was, but he was indeed playing on it.
Are you sure it was Tusk? It was.
No, it was on
He
the
did
Tusk
something
album.
with
Yeah.
Bob Welch too.
Yeah.
Remember that?
How come we
What was the
never
other
told?
half of the
Nightwind.
question?
Nightwind.
Yeah, what was the other part there, Doug?
I was wondering, so what is Danny and Jeremy doing right now? Are they still into their music career, or are they just drifting along somewhere?
Danny Kerwin, Jeremy Spencer, for those who know.
Jeremy was last heard of in
Bangladesh.
In Singapore, really?
in the area, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Sri Lanka.
He's still very much wrapped up in his
In the children.
in the Children of God, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Danny is in the south of England, and I don't think he's working. I don't think he's playing.
There you go, Doug. Little history lesson for you, and thanks for calling tonight. Let's go to Campbell, California. Now we have Tina on the line. She's listening to 97.3 The Rocker in San Francisco. Hi, Tina.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Terrific.
My favorite band. I'm so honored to meet you guys.
Hello.
Hi,
Thank you.
Stevie, I have two questions, if it's possible, to ask you. You're absolutely my favorite, and I just love your music, and you're so beautiful. I'd like to know, first off, if you're going to be releasing on home video any of your old videos like Gypsy or Tusk or Sarah or even Rosebud. And I have another question, if that's okay.
Well, some of those are already on one that's been released. There's 6 videos on it, and it has, well, I think it does have Gypsy on it, and it has some of my own, too. It has 6. And what was your other question?
Okay, in your song Gypsy, you have the phrase, lightning strikes maybe once, maybe twice, but it all comes down to you. What does that mean? I love it.
That means one time in your life you find a very good friend, and maybe if you're incredibly lucky, you might find a second. And the it all comes down to you means, but you have to look very hard.
There you go, Tina. Thanks for calling tonight. Let's play a song written by Stevie now from Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits, Rhiannon on Rockline. Loves the state of mind. Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac from the Greatest Hits album. I'm Bob Coburn. It's an evening with Fleetwood Mac. Our next call from Charlotte, North Carolina. We have Chuck on the line, a listener from 95.7 The Rock. Chuck, you're on with Fleetwood Mac.
Hi, Bob.
Hi there.
Hi, Fleetwood Mac.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi,
Hello.
Okay, first I want to say something to Stevie. I want to thank you for your songs. They really helped me through some hard times, and they also inspired me to become a songwriter. And I hope someday I can touch someone's life the way you've touched mine. Thank you.
I want to thank you for saying that. I needed to hear that.
Okay. And my question is for you. I recently heard that the Rhiannon project has been reactivated, and if so, will it be a ballet or a film, and will there be an LP for that?
I don't know at this time what it's going to be. It doesn't belong to anybody but me. And yes, we've worked for several months on it, and I'm not sure. I think Rhiannon will find her own way of telling me exactly what it's going to be. But there's about 11 songs that are recorded, and it's really different.
There you go, Chuck. Thanks for calling tonight. Good luck with your songwriting, too, Chuck. And we're going to move on now to Ottawa, Ontario, and speak with Laurie. She's listening to Shea 106. Good evening and welcome, Laurie.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Fine, thanks.
Oh, good. Okay, well, first of all, I just want to congratulate Nick on his recent marriage. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, next time you guys are in Canada, you have to drop by Ottawa. There were so many people who were disappointed because you didn't come. So next time, please do. And, okay, my question is, okay, Tusk, the album, it got, like, really bad reviews, and people said that it was terrible. I have it, and it's one of my favorites.
Thanks for reminding us.
Saying it that way, it's an amazing album, and I wondered if you thought that they were justified in saying that.
As far as I'm concerned, no.
I think we think it was just a little bit before its time.
Well, people talked about the commercial success and whatnot, but it sold 4 million copies. I mean, it did rather well,
It was
didn't
radically
it?
different from the previous albums, which was why it wasn't accepted so readily, maybe.
I'm not so sure that in terms of a broad spectrum of us reacting to reviewers, which is what you were talking about, I personally remember a lot of actually really good reviews about it. I think one thing it definitely did as an album was shock a few people here and there, which to me is sort of a good thing. But I didn't think it was a negative overall thing. As Stevie said, I think a good chunk of that album might have been a little before its time, or was, but that's good too, because people learn to listen to that sort of thing.
Nothing wrong with breaking new ground. Very definitely.
Not at all.
Laurie, thanks for being on tonight. We're going to go down to Texas now, to San Antonio. KISS is our station there, and this is Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how you doing? I'd first like to thank Stevie for her music. It is the most beautiful, I think, ever written, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
What can I say? Thank you very much.
And I'd like to ask a question of Mick and Stevie. First, Mick, how did you get involved with the Running Man project, and do you plan on doing any other films?
Very simple. One, I really was persuaded, actually, by Lindsey Buckingham's manager to go and get an agent, because everyone seems to, through the years, has always said, oh, you ought to try doing some acting, which I did at school a long time ago. And that's exactly what I did. I did the rounds and went and saw various people and queued up and said hello to whoever. And that was one of the parts, the only part that I have in my my career as a movie actor. And yes, I would love to do some more acting. I really enjoyed it. I found it extremely stimulating and challenging. That's something which, as I said, I enjoyed when I was at school, the little acting that I did. So yes, I hope...
Haven't you had some offers to do Hamlet, though, Mick?
Not Hamlet, no.
Mick, I just saw it night before last, and I thought you were wonderful.
He was good in it, wasn't he? Yeah, it was a good film, too. Jim, what else tonight?
And I was going to ask Stevie, how did everything start with David Letterman, and do you ever plan on going on?
I was out of the country when that all started, you know, and so I was only getting, like, long distance, and it is a far, far way to go to Australia, from people telling me what was going on. And yes, I absolutely plan to go on a show when I can. I don't know how the whole thing started, and I wish that I hope that people took it with a laugh, because I mean I think he's hysterical, and I will go on his show.
All right, we're going to take a time out. We'll be back in a moment. Jim, thanks for calling. Your number is toll-free.
Mike and the Mechanics, and we'll be here next Monday night to take you...
With Fleetwood Mac, we're going to now play the B-side of As Long As You Follow from the single. This was recorded just about a year ago in December of 1987 in San Francisco and features all current 6 members of the band. Fleetwood Mac, Oh Well on Rockline. Yeah, rousing version of Oh Well, Fleetwood Mac on Rockline. Billy Burnette with a lead vocal on that song. Sounds good. Let's go to Denver. We have RJ on the line. RJ is listening to 106.7 KAZY. Good evening, RJ.
Hi. Hi, Stevie, Christine, Mick, John, Billy, and Rick. How y'all doing tonight?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I guess I can't lose if I follow you guys, right?
There you go.
Oh,
Be very careful.
I think the greatest hit album is just like the best thing I've ever heard.
It's amazing to hear all those songs in a row, isn't it, RJ?
Great.
What's your question, please?
Nothing against Lindsey or anything, but I was wondering if you could do more as a group with Billy and Rick now.
Well, that's certainly the plan. I mean, Billy and Rick have joined the band as of over a year ago, and the next plan is to go into the studio and make a proper album, a full studio album, and carry on touring.
We're
really excited. Yeah, they're wonderful.
They've only just begun, RJ. Thanks for calling tonight. By the way,
our babies.
If you remember, in the last couple of weeks, we've had a Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits contest, and we're going to announce the winner shortly, so be listening for that, especially if you send an entry. And I think it's safe to say we had thousands of entries. It looks like a lot to me.
I would say...
Yeah, my wife sent in about 40.
I would say thousands.
We're going to move on now to Santa Monica. We have Indra on the line. Indra is listening to 95.5 KLOS, and we welcome her to the Rockline. Hi there.
Hi guys. How are you all?
Hey, Indra.
All right, before I ask my question, I want to extend a warm, belated birthday to John McVie.
Oh.
Thank you. 37 again.
Over and over and over again.
And an early Merry Christmas to all of you. You are definitely the greatest, and I've really enjoyed your music ever since the beginning, and I'm really glad to see that you are returning to a more blues sound now, because I've always enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question tonight is for both Mick and Billy Burnette. Now that you guys are together in Fleetwood Mac, I was wondering if we are going to see any more projects by the Zoo, including club dates, albums, and whatnot.
Billy,
How about the whatnot, Billy?
The Zoo,
I don't know. It's it's hard to say. The zoo can
Live on.
be ready to do a gig in a matter of moments.
The drop of a buck.
All we need is
The zoo can manifest itself in many ways.
it. Don't take much to get the zoo together.
The zoo could get on a bus and
You
drive
never
12
know.
hours in the snow.
So it sounds like there'll be more to come to me, Andrea.
In some weird mutant fashion, yes. But I wouldn't give it up, but it's not exactly a priority.
Indra, thanks for calling tonight. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We're going to go to St. Louis and speak with Tony, a listener of KC95. Tony, you're on the Rockline with Fleetwood Mac.
How y'all doing?
Fine.
Great.
Nice to be talking to you. I've listened to you from my high school days. I'm 30 years old now, and just loved every minute of it. And it's nice to see you still keeping it together. My question would be, when to the main songwriters of the group, I guess maybe Christine, when you get in a rut, if you just can't think of anything, or your memory dries out, or your creativeness dries up, what is your solution to that?
a good slapping.
Yeah, a spanking. A spanking usually puts it right.
Good hard spanking.
No, if something like that happens, I just simply just stop. I don't think I'm not the kind of person that belabors. I mean, if I simply can't think of anything that I want to write about, or I don't feel particularly musical, I just stop and watch TV.
There you go, Tony. Thanks
I mean,
for calling.
that's the truth.
That's the truth. Yeah, why press it, We're going to move now to Winnipeg, Manitoba. We have Rob on the line. He's listening to City FM. Rob, you're on the show with us. Hi there.
Evening, Bob. Good evening, Fleetwood Mac.
Evening.
My question has to do with some of the styles you incorporated in your last album. I think that's what makes you so appealing, is that there's always something new coming up, and you certainly didn't disappoint last with your Tango in the Night album. It had to do with I guess your Spanish or Latin American feel, especially some of the guitar work, notably Family Man. I'm wondering who came up with it and where did the inspiration come from to incorporate that style?
The guitar playing was obviously Lindsey Buckingham, and where the inspiration came to encompass the Latin flavor, whatever you were saying about it, was the same, I'm sure.
Well, and you, Mick, you're very...
Latino.
You're very Latino.
I think it was one of those things that wasn't really much thought of. I don't think it was a concept kind of approach. I think it was just one of those things. We just fell into that kind of a groove at the time.
Rob, thanks for calling. We're going to play a song from the last studio album by Fleetwood Mac. This is also in the Greatest Hits album. It's Little Lies on Rockline. Little Lies, Fleetwood Mac from the Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits album on Rockline. I'm Bob Coburn. We're going to Hollywood, Florida now to talk with Joy. She's listening to 97 GTR in Miami. Hi, Joy. Joy, turn your radio down. Come on.
Come on, get it together.
She lost her turn. Next call, Houston, Texas. Judy on the line, a listener of 101 KLOL. Hi there, Judy.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Fleetwood Mac. Thank
Hi,
you
Judy.
very much for
Hi,
staying
Judy.
together. I'm very glad you stayed together. My question is for Stevie. First of all, let me tell you that my sister Lori and my best friend Tammy and myself have listened to you for a long time. We absolutely love you. Please don't ever quit what you're doing.
Thank you. I won't.
And my question is about a couple of your songs. One of them being Sarah, and the other one, Welcome to the Room, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
If you could maybe tell us a little bit about what you were, what you meant, and maybe share with us who Sarah is. And I have one more thing after that.
Well, in a nutshell, Sarah, the first Sarah was written, it took me like all night to write it. And I had a very good friend there whose name was Sarah, who helped me in a great way to keep people away and to keep the coffee going and to just, it's when you're writing a song, you really need the atmosphere and the ambiance to be perfect. And she was a great help. The song was really written about probably all of you out there that listen, and myself, my alter ego, the other side of me. Welcome to the Room, Sarah, is the same Sarah. It's a very surprised Sarah and a very determined Sarah. And the only thing that I can share with you about that is if you listen to it, I don't think I really have to tell you what it's all about.
There you are, Judy. What else tonight, please?
Very interesting. We were at your very first solo concert, Belladonna Tour.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the concert, you invited us to your house for Christmas.
I know.
We
Did you go?
would like to extend the invitation to you. You can come to our house anytime, Stevie.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't ever quit. We love you.
Okay, thank you.
I heard Christine ask, did you go?
No, did
Or did they come? Yeah. Did they come to your house?
Well, it was just, we couldn't get direction to the house.
It's a long way.
Where do you live?
Houston.
Houston.
A very long
A
way.
very long way. Might have something to do with it. Judy, thanks for being on tonight, and you call us again sometime. We have a call now from Pembroke Pines, Florida. It's Jessica on the line. She's listening to 97 GTR in Miami, and now she's on the show with us. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Stevie, Mick, John, Christine.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, this is like really great. I've been a fan of yours ever since I was a little girl, so I'm sort of an old new generation.
Us too.
I was wondering if you guys like felt a big conflict when Lindsey Buckingham left for the producing of the albums, you know, just the basic recording.
No, we haven't been confronted with that problem yet because we haven't started really recording. We've just done 2 songs. No, I think that the parting of the ways with Lindsey and the rest of us is very amicable and very friendly and very right. You know, it seemed that had he stayed, he would have suffered and we would have suffered too. So I think that we all are very happy going in our separate ways now. I think what has to come is going to be very positive and very, very fantastic. So we have no fears about it.
Have you decided on a producer? Rick, have you got anybody lined up for that yet?
Yeah, it'll be the same guy that we worked on the 2 songs for the Greatest Hits album, and his name is Greg Ladani, who is a great friend of ours. He's a producer / engineer, and has a great style and a great personality. We're looking forward to working with him.
And has produced some great songs over the years, too, with a lot of major artists.
He's worked with Jackson Brown. I worked on a project with him, with Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love, and he's also done work with Don Henley and a lot of other people.
Jessica, thanks for calling tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to go to Tulsa now and speak with Rick, a listener of KMOD. Rick, you're on the Rockline.
Hi, Fleetwood Mac.
Hi.
How is everyone tonight?
Very good.
Great.
Greatest Hits album is excellent. I'm so glad you all put that out. I've been waiting for that a long time. I just wanted to say, I guess I'll direct this question to Mick Fleetwood.
No.
Sorry, Mick's not here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
John are the founding fathers and the driving force behind Fleetwood Mac, but in the years before 1975, the White Album and Rumors, and before you all reached enormous commercial success, what was the glue that kept you all together, and what kept you driving in that direction to reach that point?
For myself, I don't know about John. You know, if you're speaking to myself and John, I think the main point being is we get asked that question quite often as regards to, you know, how long the band's been together, and God only knows there have definitely been the ups and downs, so to speak. But I think one of the main things from my own standpoint is being a drummer, inherently you need people to play with. And if you're resolute and happy with what you do, which I am, you need a band. And I think that had something to do with it, you know, with the comings and goings of people. I think it gave a base for various people to, you know, enjoy themselves and, you know, be part of Fleetwood Mac, and most of all, be able to express themselves without any restrictions. You know, no predetermined, you've got to be a certain way. And with that in mind, I think that has something to do with it.
It probably has a lot to do with it. Rick, thank you for the call. We have to take a brief time out. We'll come back in a moment and announce the grand prize winner for our Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits contest. You stay tuned. All right, welcome back. What an enjoyable evening. A night with Fleetwood Mac on Rockline. I'm Bob Coburn. We have some contest winners in the studio here at Rockline from KGMG in San Diego. Gail Hauser and Tony Bearer. Nice to have you here. Thanks for coming down tonight. And also from KLOS in Los Angeles, Sherry and Dan Reich. Nice to have you here. Thanks for coming. Now we're going to draw for the Rockline Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits package, and Rick Vito is going going to have the honor of choosing the card here. He dives down into the stack of cards, and there are quite a few here. Postcards and postcards only, and he's going down into the bottom, shuffling them up.
He's shuffling madly.
Little drum roll here, Mick, please. Yeah. All right.
And
the winner is
Donna Sass, S-A-A-S. And let's see where she's from. This is really a tough one to read.
We planned that, Rick.
I think she's from Belmore. It looks like...
it's a trap.
New York. It's really hard.
Belmore.
Belmore.
516.
Yeah, it's a 516 area code, wherever that is.
Does it say what radio station she
Yes, she listens to WXRK-FM.
Which would be our affiliate in New York City, K-Rock back there.
Belmore, New York.
And her name, once again, is?
Donna Sass.
Donna,
S-A-A-S.
Congratulations to you. What you have won is a Fleetwood Mac compact disc catalog on Warner Brothers Records, a gold record of greatest hits, personalized, framed, and autographed by the band, a lyric sheet to As Long As You Follow, autographed by Christine McVie, and a pair of Mick's drumsticks, autographed by Mick, and a photo of Stevie and Mick from the Rumors LP jacket session, autographed by Stevie and Mick. Quite a prize, to say the least. By the way, if you sent a card in, we're going to also draw 100 runners-up, and you will win a copy of Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits on CD, courtesy of Warner Brothers Records, and thanks to everybody who entered. Right now, time for another new song from the Greatest Hits package. This is No Questions Asked by Fleetwood Mac on Rockline. That will no doubt be the second single release off the Greatest Hits album. Fleetwood Mac from the Greatest Hits LP, No Questions Asked. Did you record a couple of more new songs that weren't on the LP? Is that the story I heard? That there were a total of perhaps 4 songs that were recorded, new ones, so 2 made it and 2 didn't?
Well, they were incomplete. That we started to we kind of fiddled around with about 4 or 5 different tracks, and we ended up using those 2 because they were, evolving as something really easy to do, and with our limited time, those are the ones we came up with.
So you went with what was working?
What was working at the, immediately, yeah.
Uh-huh. Let's take another call from Gaithersburg, Maryland this time. It's Angela on the phone. She's listening to 98 Rock in Baltimore. Hi, Angela.
Hi. How you doing, everyone?
Fine.
Hi, Angela.
I'd like to say to Stevie that thank you for all your songs, and they've really brought me up when I've been feeling pretty down. And I just love everything you've done.
Thank you. That's why I write them.
And my question is directed to the band. I'd like to know what the symbolism is behind the Greatest Hits album.
The orange blossom.
I thought it was a pear.
Do you mean
the cover, the graphic
symbol?
art?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, literally, on the front of the album?
Yes.
Then Billy should take it from here.
It's an orange blossom, and I think since we all come from California...
I was born on Orange Grove.
Well, there you go.
Even more appropriate than we thought.
And your mother?
I don't have any particular connection with orange myself.
Christine, yes, you do. What did your...
I've been to Orange County.
Chris, what did your mother...
firms it up. Thanks,
What
John.
did your mother say about the Orange Grove?
I don't know, I can't remember now, but it was something.
About that you would find it in the Orange Grove?
I would find something in an orange grove. My mother once told me, she was a psychic.
Did you?
I found Stevie and Lindsey.
Not literally.
Angela, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. Let's go to Canada, to Vancouver. It's Steve on the line, listener 99.3 The Fox. Hi there, Steve.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, we're all good.
Hello.
I'd just like to say that the Mac, along with the Eagles, have been the biggest influences on me musically, and it's been a great help. My question, it's kind of a couple of questions, are for John. How did you convince the rest of the band that the penguin should be the mascot of Fleetwood Mac, and do you intend to continue putting them on the cover in the future?
It evolved from England from many years ago when Chris and I lived near London Zoo, and we thought
John, you used to go taking photographs of penguins all the time.
Yeah.
Breeding.
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 Making love, penguins.
Copulating penguins.
It's not that he had a fetish or anything.
No.
Well, we do call him Mr. Penguin.
But we thought it would be a good idea. As it's such a graphic, there's such a graphic
John,
animal.
what about
John,
the
would you
tattoo,
like me
John?
to get you out of this situation?
What about the tattoo, John? The tattoo you've got.
Yeah, that was done in an afternoon, and
Mad delirium.
Complete delirium. And yeah, they'll always pop up somewhere.
Oh, you've got tattoos other places? I don't know that.
It's just sensual time, my
It
dear.
just gets better and better, doesn't it?
It's been a few years for us.
I know.
But this time, the conversation
You have a
became
new
very
bedroom,
schmutty.
Steve, thanks for the call. Let us have a
Thanks
little
a lot.
fun here. We're going to move to Belmore, New York now. We have our winner on the line. We called her a moment ago. It's Donna. Donna, first question. How do you pronounce your last name?
Sass, S-A-A-S.
Sass. Thank you very much. Are you excited?
Hey.
Thank you guys very much. It really means a lot to me. You're my favorite band. You have been for many, many years.
Great.
My question is for Stevie. How did you come about writing No Questions Asked with Kelly Johnston?
Well, again, it was a situation where I was ready to write a song in the middle of the night at about 5 o'clock, and I have all this recording equipment that nobody knows how to work. And I asked one of the men that lives at my house, there's like lots of people that live at my house, if he could fix it so I could record it, and he, I think, had a beautiful blonde waiting downstairs and said, "Oh, no way." And I went in to get ready to just, go to bed, and she went in and figured out the whole thing and had it all set up. When I came out in 15 minutes, she said, "Let's go, let's do it." And sat there with me for the next 4 hours, and the song was written, and it was written to the point of I even put it on my manager's tape. He was on his way to Tokyo, and because I liked it so much. And so I felt that, if it had not been for her, there would be no questions asked. So I thought that she deserved credit as much as anyone should ever deserve credit.
There you go, Donna. Thanks for asking that question. We'll take a time out and return with Fleetwood Mac in just one moment. Call us toll-free from anywhere in North America.